Good morning, everyone. Mornings here in my mountain cabin begins softly. And before I get busy with work, I like to take that quiet moment to enjoy warm light from sunrise coming through the window and that gentle feeling of stillness. Then the day begins. There's so much work to be done, things to be fixed, to build, to create. Even the smallest projects take time, patience, and more strength than you expect. Some days I feel it in my body, the tiredness that doesn't fully go away, but I keep going anyway. Because if I don't, no one else will. In between all of that, I try to hold on to simple things like making bread from scratch, exploring new recipes, working with my hands, and bringing a little inspiration into my daily life.
Привіт, моя Люба! Що ти там робиш?
I also talk to my mom every day just to make sure she's safe and still there while living through the war in Ukraine. We talk about small things like spring, like gardening, and she teaches me about flowers. And like any mother, she tells me to rest, to take care of myself, and I say I will, but life doesn't always wait for rest, so I return to what needs to be done, step by step, piece by piece.
Допадатися не треба. Бо це втомительно і понімаєш, що.
This entire hillside you see was completely covered in invasive brush, and I had to clear it all on my own. It took me many days to finish that, and I felt so exhausted. There's something I have been thinking for quite some times now, and I'm curious if you ever felt this too. Have you ever noticed when you share with someone something you're proud of, not everyone celebrates you. Sometimes people react instead. You say something like, I'm proud of myself. I went through a lot and I'm still here. And instead of hearing, that's so amazing, good for you, you get something sharp, something sarcastic, sometimes even something unkind, or even worse, lies about you. And it really made me stop and ask why. What do people actually gain from trying to bring someone else down? Because it doesn't make their life better, it doesn't make them stronger. If anything, it just creates heaviness inside and more anger. And I don't think I will ever fully understand that. If you see someone who's been going through a hard things in their life and they are still standing, why not just say, I am happy for you? Or even if they can do it, maybe I can do it too. Why turn it into the competition? Pain isn't a competition. Struggles aren't competition. Strengths isn't a competition either. We all go through different things in different ways. And sometimes people try also to compare, like your experience isn't as hard as theirs. But how would they know? Were they there? Did they live your life? Did they carry what you carried? You know, we are not here to measure each other's pain. We are here to have compassion. Because when someone is going through something hard in their life, they don't need judgment. They need kindness. They need support. They need to feel like someone cares. And that kind of support, it gives people strength to keep going. It gives them hope, and it also gives them a purpose to live. And I think sometimes other things happen when someone starts to rise again, finally, when they come back into the light after a really dark time, it can make other people uncomfortable. Not because there's something wrong with that person, but because it reflects something inside them. And I truly believe this. If someone else's strength triggers you, it's not really about them. It's something inside of you that is asking to grow. And that's okay. It's part of being a human. And I feel that sometimes too. But we have a choice. We can try to pull someone down, or we can decide to rise too. And I know what I choose. I choose to rise. I choose to celebrate people who overcome things. When I see someone strong, I feel inspired. When I see someone healing, I feel hope. When I see someone striving, I feel respect. Because life is already hard enough. Why make it even heavier? Why not make it lighter? Why not learn to be happy for each other? To me, that is the real strength. Not sarcasm, not negativity, not trying to dim someone else's light. Real strength is being secure enough to be able to clap for someone else, for their success. And if my strength makes someone uncomfortable, that's okay. I'm not here to compete. I'm just here to live my life with dignity. And I hope we can all learn to lift each other up instead of pushing each other down. Because when you lift others, you rise too.